Albie Keith, twisting and turning Chris Newby, who has got that first timer in him, as we spoke earlier. So good morning towards George.
They're sitting 6th in the league. They've had a terrific start to their season.
Clips him in towards Joe Gregory, through everybody.
We are going to have to be at our best today.
Cuts it back towards Jesse Wallace-Lasson on the left foot. Alright guys, how you doing? Welcome back to another #United game. Southend Manor is the opposition today at home in the league. Just to address a few comments from the last video, we have been doing the last game a little bit differently, and that's been forced upon us due to a lot of our staff actually being in isolation at the moment, Seb. So we're a little bit short-staffed, so we're having to not get as much content, but we will be back normal with a normal video soon. We absolutely will, yeah. Got to take those extra precautions right now, doing the right thing. Hopefully we'll let it impact the content as little as we can, but the most important thing today is to focus on what the boys can do out on the pitch. Yeah, exactly right. So Seb and I are still here, Danny holding the camera still here, going strong, and the rest of the staff will be back soon. Southend Manor, though, the opposition today, Seb, they're actually one of the few teams in the Essex Senior League we've never got a point against, because we played them once last season, first game of the season, lost, and we never got the repeat because of the null and void. So is that enough to want us to get a bit of revenge today? Oh, we've got to. We've got to do every little thing like that to gain a little bit of momentum. They haven't started the season that well this year. They're a sort of mid-table, but they've got one of the worst goal defensive records in the league. Leaking a lot of goals. In fact, I think in 4 different occasions they've shipped more than 5 goals. Wow. And we've got one of the best attacking stats in the league. We've scored the most goals of anyone in the league. So today, there should be goals, Ben. There should be goals. Could be the famous last words, of course, but we always like goals here on the channel. Hoping for a #win. Before we take a look at the team for today, let's see what Dev said in his team talk to the lads.
Firstly, these are upsetting people left, right and centre. They will come in with so much confidence. They've had a win in the week against Saffron Walden. They've already gone to Walthamstow and beat them. They're sitting 6th in the league. They've had a terrific start to their season. Do not take this. We are going to have to be at our best today. Back 4, fullbacks, absolutely key that we look to join into wider areas. I want you to go and find pockets in half and half positions and be creative from there. And if it opens up, get shots away as you're driving inside. Let's go, come on. Let's go.
Okay, so nearly time for kick-off. I can tell you, Seb, we're playing a 4-4-2 today. Should we take a look at who's in the 4-4-2? Okay, in goal we have Tim Pitman. In defence we have Ross Gleed at left back. New player for us that goes by the name of Joey Turpin at centre back. We love a Joey at #. And he's coming to help us out with the centre back injury issues at the moment. Simon Petty alongside him. Danny Smith at right back. In the flat middle 4, if you like, Jesse Wallace moves to left midfield. Lee Hursitt, Chris Newby in centre mid. Albie Keith out on the right. Up front, the 2 strikers, George Smith and Joe Gregory, fresh off a couple goals for Gregory on the Monday night game last week. On the bench, Kiernan Hughes Mason, reserve team manager and worldie scorer. Josh Asude, Samraj Gill of the Cube fame. Jamie Hursitt and Sammy Biles. Let's go. And we're underway. And we are off. #United will set us going today. Lee Hursitt knocks it back in towards Danny Smith, playing right back. A position he's made his own recently. And we tried to move the ball forward. Albie Keith looks to pressure early. Let's get off to a good start, shall we? Simon Petty. Brilliant once again. Every time he's been asked, he's had the answer tonight. Ooh. And now Joe Gregory may have found a yard. He has. Can he get a shot away? It's a great, fantastic challenge from Southend Manor in the end, but the danger's not over yet. Albie Keith twisting and turning. Can he get room for a shot? He can. And he got a lot on it, but so did a Southend defender, and that will be a corner to #. It was actually the goalkeeper, I think, that got the last touch, and I think it was quite lucky for us because the shot was going wide anyway, but he had to make sure. And that's a really good example, Seb, where I talk about with these inverted wide men we've got, where a more traditional right winger might have just taken, like an Asude, for example, would have taken that wide, looked for a cross. Albie's going to more likely look for the shot, like a Jared Bowen, Ian Robin type. Clip forward, out to Jesse Wallace-Lasson. How's his first touch? Very nice, as always. Back to Ross Gleed. Clips it forward towards Joe Gregory. Probably was coming from an offside position there. The linesman had his flag straight up. Joe will need to just watch his run a little better. Come on, Lee. You need to be less careless there. Clipped in. The linesman let it play on. The number 9's through. A chance, and it is in the back of the net. The number 9, Frankis. It's his 3rd goal of the season. Now becomes their top scorer, and a little bit of a lapse in concentration for #. Big celebrations from the Southend Manor boys. You can see how much it means to any away team coming in to get a goal, and the boys are going to need to respond now. Petty not happy. He's going to chat with the linesman. I actually thought it might have been offside myself. And I don't want to single anyone out here, and we love him, but that does come from a Lee Hursit mistake. He kind of swings a boot at it, and he completely scuffs it, and basically they go through as a result. So listen, there's plenty of time to put that right, or put that wrong right, I should say, and we need to go again. We need to get better.
We definitely do. Not quite created that much yet, and that probably is the first real chance of the game. The linesman was quite emphatic with his flag, so he believed he was onside. We'll have to see in the replays. Jesse Wallalaston has been on the ball more than most hashtag players thus far. Out wide right, tracked back well by Jackson, one of those three midfield J's of Southend Manor. And Roski clips it back towards George Smith. This is what you get when you have two men up front. One of them can drop out wide, and George can really hold the play up, allow us to build a foundation within the Southend Manor half. Chris Newby.
Listen, we've been very fortunate in recent games to take the lead a lot. Now we've got to do it from behind. Lee Hursit ball in, looking for Gregory. Oh my gosh.
That was a really lovely threatening ball from Lee Hursit, right into that area. And one thing you'd think, Spen, having two men up front, is that you'd have one of them in that dangerous area. Not quite happened yet, but here we go. Another chance to attack. Albie Keith with Danny Smith providing the option on the overlap. Chris Newby will find Danny Smith now. Can he find the room for a cross? Back to Newby. We know he's got a first-timer in him, and that was what he went for.
See, the issue we have, Seb, is we've given a big physical team a lead. And now it's just, it's like West Ham. They're not setting up with the five necessarily, Southend, but they've got the ability now just to hoof it clear every time because they've got something to protect. They don't have to play. I'm not saying they won't. I don't know enough about Southend, man. I'm just saying we've given them that option.
Lovely ball from Danny Smith down to Albie. Can he get in front of his man? He nearly forgot the ball himself there. Albie looking for support. He gets it from, of course, Chris Newby, who has got that first-timer in him, as we spoke earlier. It's a good ball in towards George. It's a free header!
Oh, no!
Oh, and I thought the net was going to absolutely nestle there, and George Smith lays a right hook on the turf. A really great chance. George is in so much room there, Spen.
That's as good a chance as you're going to get at this level. Chris Newby's put it on a plate, and George Smith wasn't hungry. Well, I think he was hungry, but unfortunately he just didn't eat.
He's going hungry, that's for sure. Forward towards Albie Keith. Holds it up nicely. Back towards that man indeed, Danny Smith. In towards Chris Newby. Clips it down the line. That might be fine for George. He's onside here. Can he get the ball under control here? We definitely do have an extra option every time we go forward now. Someone in the flanks alongside the winger because of their two up front. Albie Keith clips it in towards Joe Gregory. Can he get something on it? He can. It's not. Nestled down really nicely. Was that Danny Smith with the shot inside the box?
It was.
There?
Danny Smith got an absolute Danny Alves run there. But what I love from Gregory there is so many strikers, myself included, I'm not a striker, but I tell you, in that position, I would have just swung ahead at it trying to score, and I panicked. He knew my chances of scoring a header here were quite low based on the angle and the trajectory of the ball. I'm going to try and cushion it. Did everything right there, Joe Gregory.
For me, this has got to be just absolute power.
Indeed, he's got a personalised captain's armband on today.
Come on, whip it. Whip it. Oh, that's too much on it. Just lean back a little bit too much, Fat Joe, on that.
Yeah, I mean, story of our half, really.
Just not good enough.
Lacking the cutting edge. I mean, it's hard. We play a lot of games and we've been at such a high level. And this is what happened with the Walthamstow game. It's a similar performance. A bit lacklustre, a bit lethargic. And it just comes at the end of a sequence of wins. The idea is we kind of minimise that. But it's just, I'm not being defeatist here. We've got 45 minutes and plenty of time to get back in this game and still win it. I still believe we're the favourites to do so. But second half is going to be a struggle against the wind.
Against the wind, and Southend probably really sitting back a little bit. I think the first 5 minutes of the second half will be absolutely huge for us. I think the referee just had a look at his watch there. I don't see too much more here happening. I think as soon as this comes back into play, he's going to blow that whistle. And there it goes. That is a frustrating half from Hashtag United. The only goal in the game coming to Southend Manor, who took it very well. Devs will need to do a different sort of team talk today, and you have to get the boys up for the second half.
We're panicking like we're chasing the game at 1-0, and we haven't got to chase the game in the sense of just getting it into the box, getting into the box. We've got to chase it in terms of pass and move, be bright. What we have to do, though, is when things go into the box, go in and around the box, and then maybe get half cleared, and we come and pick up in fullback areas, to recycle the ball and start attack again. We've got to come alive quicker in front. There's got to be a movement as it comes back out. Right, that moment's gone. I've got to move to create another moment, another opportunity. But it's just too flat and waiting for it to happen. And they're keen enough and they're willing enough and they've been bright enough to punish us. There's a game here to be won. You're going to be kicking yourselves if we don't come off the pitch with 3 points here.
And it's becoming quite a grim afternoon out there. It's dark, it's cloudy, and we're back off and running for the second half in what has been a pretty dark day for hashtag so far, and it's getting darker all the time. The clouds come in, the rains come in, the lights will need to be turned on pretty soon. Hopefully we've got something to get excited about soon for the boys in yellow. It's a great ball forward there from Chris Newby. George Smith, can he find some room here to get a shot away? Cuts it back towards Jesse Waller-Lassen on the left foot. Clips it. Oh, it's defended. Nice on the crossbar. Followed in by Joe Gregory. And that was a good move. That was a really nice move there. Jesse shot, clipped onto the crossbar. For all but Sunday, it looked like it was going to just drop into the net. Southend Manor with an escape. Hashtag pushing the question. Towards Danny Smith. Danny Smith lipped in towards the box. Joe Gregory flicks it on. Can George Smith do something with it? He cannot. Lee Hursett legs one up. Great strike on it from Lee. Really venomous hit there. And the goalkeeper brings it into his arms. Well held in the wet rain. You've got to be said there for Marigelani. Hopefully I've not just butchered your name there. Jesse Waller-Lassen back to Lee Hursett. Clip forward towards Joe Gregory. Brings it down nicely. Used his body very well, Joe Gregory. Always been doing that. Oh, that's a really, really late challenge on Jesse Waller-Lassen. Hopefully it's not too lasting. But it's going to be a free kick in a deep area for hashtag. And possibly a yellow card here for the number 10, Devil. Before today's game, Southend Manor, in 10 fixtures, only 1 yellow card. They're now on 2 for this game. The battle against the current league leaders is bringing out a different side in them. There comes the yellow card onto the number 8, Chris Newby. Has 2 options really here. One to whip one in towards the back post. They've got some big lads defending, or just fizz one in front of the goalkeeper. I'll be honest, I want the latter. I think he's going to whip it here. Little arm signal there from Noobs. Go on, just fizz this one at the goal. Go on, Noobs, whack it. There it is. Exactly that. And it's dealt with quite nicely there by the number 6, Jenkins. Pushed here. George Smith, though, it's not cleared. Jesse Waller-Lassen whacks it. Another defensive deflection. And it'll be a hashtag throw. And Southend Manor defending in numbers and defending bravely here. Keeping hashtag at bay, but the pressure is mounting. Man City attacking West Ham in the game earlier today as hashtag wave after wave of attack here. Jesse, a little bit of step over, clips him in towards Joe Gregory, through everybody at the back stick. Who's there? It's LB Keith.
Get
a
him.
few days after his 21st birthday, hashtag United have been knocking on the door in this second half, and it's paid off there. Great bit of play on the left-hand side. Ball in. Albie Keith, we're exactly where he needed to be. And we're back in the game.
They've been knocking on the door, and he's got the keys to the door because he's never been 21 before. Albie Keith with the goal. Come on, the tags.
That is more like it, boys. We said in the end of the first half, Devs needed to do a bit of team talk. We said, let's see if this formation can have a little bit longer. It ended the first half well. It started the second half even better. And we're back in it. Lee Hursett with the corner. Oh, that's another poor corner from Lee. And for me, Spen, Lee Hursett has not had a game of a man who has the quality to do so much better. It wouldn't surprise me if, sadly, he's going to be one that's replaced this. Certainly needs to be replaced off free kick and corner duties. He's not got his shooting boots on today, and he now uses his right foot to clip this one in towards George Smith, who's got something on the end of it.
Wow.
And nearly Lee Hursett redeemed himself with a right-footed cross of all sorts. And George Smith has been throwing himself everywhere today. Nearly got us in front there.
Basically, that's why I call George Smith like a young Alan Shearer sometimes, because to win that header there, you had 2 defenders and a goalkeeper coming down them, he still wins his header. If it's on target, it's in. And there's been a couple of headers for that today from George, where he just needs to find the target and it will go in. But he's doing so well to win them.
Albie Keith battling very well on the edge of the box there, trying to find something. He's kept the ball brilliantly here. Can he now find the easy pass? He does. That's very good, Albie. Did the hard bit, and then he did the easy bit after. Excellent. Joe Gregory tries to play in to George Smith. Danny Smith! It's going to be a penalty, surely!
I don't know if it's in. I don't know if it's in.
It's going to be a free kick, I think.
Yeah, he's not walking that direction.
It was very close. What I will say about Danny Smith, he did an absolute Jonathan Edwards attempt there to try and get as far into the penalty box as he could to give us every chance of getting a penalty. He hopped, skipped, and he jumped after the challenge came in.
Was Jonathan Edwards long jump or triple jump?
Triple jump.
Yeah, there you go then. Good reference.
Thank you. Or Greg Ruther could, other triple jumpers are available.
Yeah, can't name them, but there's others. This is going in, by the way.
On the edge of the box, direct free kick, Jesse Wallace and Ross Gleed. Is it Jesse or Ross? It's going to be Ross with the left foot. Strikes it, and he just didn't quite get over it there, and it is very difficult to get the ball up and over the wall from such close range. George Smith just coming back from an offside position there, wasn't able to react onto his ball. But he can react onto that one, but he can't quite bring it under control. Number 10, that's a very nice ball. The flag stayed down in the number 9. He's through on goal. Tim Pitman comes out to cruise the angle down, and he does very well there. A good, strong right hand. Clears it away from the goal and away from danger for now. The move isn't over yet, though. But Chris Newby's in to do very well there. Another chance for Southend Manor, who are starting to create some little moments of their own here. In isolation, I must say. They're not building periods of play, but they are popping up with a half chance here and there. Joe Gregory comes deep to get it. Does well. Can he build a move there? He's got no one in front of him apart from Jesse Wallace now. He moves in towards the penalty spot. He's gone past his man. Is he going to get the end of it? He is. Can he cut back inside? Jesse clips one wide. Jesse Wallace. That is absolutely fantastic. The move started from Joe Gregory dropping in deep, finding Jesse, and every time we get Jesse on the ball spin, I get excited.
Can we talk? I mean, have we got a Jesse emote? Yes. Yeah, we do. We need to drop that. We need to drop that now. Jesse Wallace, what he did there, he did it so smoothly. It was just like one movement from the left to beat his man, to get it onto his right. Fluid, Lovely.
Short corner here. Lee Hursett to Newby. Back to Lee Hursett on the edge of the box for Jesse again. Strikes one. Very nice hit, and that's going to be a corner here to Hashtag United. Referee still not blown. I can't quite believe it. Here we go then. Josh, go on, son. Chance. This is it. All we wanted was one chance for Josh Asude. Is there some magic left in the tank for the tags today? Josh Asude jinks past his man. Can he get the ball in? He cuts it back. It's going to be a corner spin. Here we go. Come on. Oh, he's not going to let us take it.
I can't believe it.
I will be honest. I felt like we got a little bit of borrowed time there.
Yeah.
It's a frustrating end to the afternoon. Hashtag United have been much better in the second half. Couldn't get that second goal to win it. Spen, I'm going to ask you for a man of the match.
It's very difficult, to be honest, mate. I do think we dominated the game in terms of the ball, but I think that they had a few clear chances, not just their goal. In the second half, they did have a few, and they maybe could have converted them on another day. I'm going to give it to Danny Smith. I think that defensively, we were pretty solid, and I'm not necessarily saying Danny had his best game today, but I don't think anyone else necessarily stood out anymore, and I think it's time to acknowledge him because he's come in, he's done a great job across the last 4 or 5 games, and he's done nothing wrong today.
No, he hasn't. He's a very, very dependable performer for us, so I think that's a nice way to do it when there's no standout candidate, to give it to someone who's maybe worthy of that recognition. So fair play, Danny Smith. You are today's man of the match. And that'll be it for today's game, guys. We finish 1-1.
The first half has cost us. The being on our heels, the lack of intensity has cost us. That's what's cost us. But I can't complain about the second half. It was good, and they're not bad. They're young, they're aggressive, they're full of confidence, and rightly so. They've given us a test today. And for as good as we were, we've let ourselves down in key moments, and we have to learn you can lose a game in the first 45 minutes as easily as you can win a game. And that's what's happened. We've dropped points in the first half today because we end up running out of time.
Okay, game over here, as you guys know. We take the 1 point today, but the games keep coming thick and fast. We've got another one in about 48 hours' time, which I think probably would have happened by the time you see this game. But let's take a look at the league table. You can see we are still top of the league. The teams that played second and third actually drew with each other, which helped us a little bit, so we didn't lose too much ground. So we're still looking good, and we look forward to seeing what we can do in the next game. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, apologies that the video is a little bit different at the moment. It's out of our hands due to certain restrictions and isolations, as we explained. But if you did enjoy the video, drop a like to support things. Subscribe if you haven't already. Get the notification bell turned on. And of course, until next time, don't forget to hashtag it.